How's it going, guys? In today's video, I'm going to show you how to install the slew of Zippy mods in the Nabalis Canyon Balisong. The mods consist of these speed channel inlays, which act as a ring silencer, as well as these Gimping plugs, which can also act as an independent ring silencer, and these trainer inserts. Let's begin by installing the core of the mod, the ring silencer speed channel inlays. So each inlay is going to have a textured or smooth holographic side, depending on which texture you select, the surface finish you select at checkout, and then this open side. We're going to have this open side facing into the Balisong and the textured or smooth side facing up towards me. And what we're going to do is hook in. See how this has a lip on both ends. We're going to hook in the corner here, and you should kind of feel it snap into place. And now what I'm going to do is, holding this, I'm going to just gently push it down with my thumb, and when it gets to, about 80% the way there, I'm going to hook in the other end, like so, and then push it down with my thumb. And then you may need to just smooth it out like so. Make sure you're pressing it inward, but if you press it in too much, which I'll demonstrate here, like so, you can just take a pointy object and push it out from the back. And we'll repeat that procedure with the other speed channel inlay. You'll notice the smaller speed channel inlay will have this sort of hollow section here. And that hollow section is present so that on the trainer, the bite indicator does not bump into the inlay. So you can probably see it. So what I like to do is I'll orient this hollow section closer to the pivot. It doesn't matter on the false live edge, but on the trainer blade, you must have this hollow section closer to the pivot so that the blade does not contact the speed channel inlay. So I've just repeated that procedure. I sort of hooked in one side and pushing in with my thumb, hook in the other side and press it all in, and then I'll just smooth it out. This is the hollow finish. And finger oil dulls the hollow, so I'm just going to do a quick wipe down and see if the lighting can pick up the hollow, which of course it will not because I'm on camera. In any case, that's how you install the speed channel inlays. So I'm just going to do one side because I've got them installed on the other handles. Now let's go ahead and review the Gimping plugs. I've got my safe handle plug installed. Let's do the bite one together. First, I'll show you how to use the weight system. Each of the Gimping plugs can hold one removable tungsten weight. For folks who really want that extra booty weight. So I just pushed the plug against the table and then seated the weight. Personally, I prefer to use these without the weight. And so you can just stick a rigid pointy object into this hole and just firmly but gently wiggle out the weight. Now, this Gimping plug acts as a ring silencer independently of the speed channel inlays. So if you wanted overall a lighter Balisong but with more end weight, you could forego the speed channel inlays and just use these Gimping plugs to silence the ring. So the way this works, we're going to have the flat side facing into the channel, facing down into the channel, like so. And I'm just going to push it in like that. And with my finger, I'm going to push it down. It's not seated correctly right now, so what I'm going to do is take a rigid object and just push up. You might hear it snap into place. And once I've done that, I'm going to push down again. and now it's installed correctly. The curve of the jimping plug should match the curve of the handle. And if it doesn't, you need to push something into place, either vertically like this or horizontally like that. All right, so we've just installed both of the ring silencers, and I want to emphasize you only need to use one or the other. If you use both, it'll silence, all of the ring. The speed channel inlays silence about 90% of the ring. These silence another 90% of the ring. But let's move on to the trainer insert. So the trainer inserts, depending on what finish you select, are either going to have a textured finish or a holographic finish, and then this smooth lineated finish. So with the textured finish facing me, I'm going to orient the insert on the tip and then hook in the bottom corner like so, and I'm going to then bend the top corner into place and then push everything in with my finger. And then I'll just smooth it out and make sure that there's no folded over edge lip on either side. Everything should be nice and flush with the blade. Now I'll do the second one, following the same procedure. I hook in the bottom corner, and then I'll hook in the top corner. The middle will be bowed out like so. And then I'm just gonna push it in. And then I'll have to go, you can see I've overshot a bit, so I'm gonna wiggle it back and forth a little bit until everything's nice and flush. Looks good. All right, last one. We'll hook in that corner first at the top. And then the other side. Push it in with my thumb and smooth it out. Make sure everything's nice and flush. And then if your inserts were hollow, you'd wipe them down at this point. Remove all the finger oil so the hollow shines. These are the texture finish, so there will be no hollow. Anyway, you have just successfully installed the speed channel inlay ring silencers, the jimping plug ring silencers, and the trainer blade inserts on the Nabalis Canyon. I should have done a before and after. For folks who have a Canyon, you can probably hear the sound is much improved. Thanks for watching, guys.